right, this is Lisa Green, Roy Lemansky. Hi, Keith. Good to see you. Yes, good to see you. But you got the folks that manage your county home, I think, here. Hi. Oh, my, I don't know what to say. Okay. Well, whatever. Roy, what's it? Good to be here. Thank you. Good to see you. Hi. Hey, fella. How you doing? Hi. We got a full house. Thanks. Hello. Welcome.
Well, we're very happy to have a governor here today. I first met Governor Branstad when he first came to the Capitol when he was a representative. That's several years ago. It's been over 12, I know that. I'm pleased to introduce our state's chief executive. Through his hard work and determination, Governor Terry Branstad has prepared Iowa for the challenge and opportunities of the 90s. He has a vision and a plan for Iowa and to grow and prosper so the state is ready for the 21st century. He has built a consensus among the people of Iowa to make this vision of jobs and growth a reality. To achieve his goals, Governor Branstad has worked hard to promote Iowa. He has played a major role in helping build Iowa's new historical museum. He is a man with a sense and love of history and a vision for the future. He has a strong commitment to attracting more visitors to all of the state's outstanding attractions. Governor Branstad has increased Iowa's influence on the national scene as chair of the National Governors Association. His goal is to continue to work for Iowans at home in Washington and in the international marketplace. Please stand. And
you don't need to stand again. That's all right. I think once is enough. But Roy, I want to thank you for that very nice introduction. And I'm very pleased to be back in Jefferson County for this historic occasion as we rededicate your courthouse and recognize 100 years of proud history of Jefferson County. And I remember coming here with Frosty Schwingles, and I see Betty's in the audience, on a number of occasions back when I was in the legislature and before I ran, I guess, first for lieutenant governor and then for governor. I remember on one occasion when I was looking to recruit people to help me, I actually went to Roy Lemansky's farm. I think we sat at the kitchen table and I asked if he'd help me in several counties down here in southeast Iowa, and he did. And that was before you were on the board of supervisors, I think, right? And I've had the honor of going on to serve as lieutenant governor and now as governor, and now to work with Roy and many other people in the county. I also want to acknowledge Mr. Kelly, who ran for Attorney General, has been your county attorney here, and all of you. This is a great turnout for this occasion, and it is a beautiful day. You know, you think about it, in the state of Iowa, and I've heard any of you ever hear of Bannon County on WHO radio anymore? The other morning, somebody, I happened to be listening, and they were talking about there's 99 counties in Iowa, but there's 100 courthouses. And they were speculating, and they didn't know where that other courthouse was. And I tried to call in, but I didn't get through. Because I know. And the county that's got two courthouses is Lee County. They have a courthouse in both Keokuk and Fort Madison. But they were speculating Kasuth County, and I knew that wasn't true because I used to represent Kasuth County. And they never did organize the North Africa Kasuth County into a county. It was supposed to be Clarker County, and so Kasuth is a double-sized county. But there's a lot of proud tradition and history in Iowa. In fact, some of you also may know the director of the Iowa Lottery, Ed Stanek, has written a book about the courthouses in Iowa. And it's a wonderful book, and I think we do have some of the most beautiful courthouses in the country. And it says that the early pioneers that started this state had a lot of faith in the future that they were able to make this kind of a significant investment build a building like the one here in Jefferson County in Fairfield that has lasted 100 years and is still in good shape. And I think it also says something about the foresight of the early leaders of this county, but it also says something about the present leaders, that you've been able to maintain it and keep it up, and that today it continues to be a very fine facility that serves the needs of the people here in Jefferson County. You know, we have just witnessed the war in the Persian Gulf in the past several months. Last year we saw major changes take place in Eastern Europe. And I think it's really brought home, at least to me, and I hope to a lot of Americans, the great privilege we have to live in a country where we have the freedoms and the freedom and the democracy that we enjoy here in the United States. Where we as individual citizens can elect our officials, our local officials, our state officials, our national leaders, and that every citizen has an opportunity to have some influence and impact on their government. Certainly, government that's most accessible to the people is the one at the local level. And it's the most accessible, it's the closest, it's easy to visit with the supervisors or the other county officials here in Jefferson County. It's a little more difficult when you get to the state level, and that's one of the reasons why, as governor, I try not to spend all my time at the Capitol building in Des Moines. Although I've got to tell you, I was there yesterday, and Myron Gookin and a state board on deals with mental health and mental retardation and developmental disabilities gave me their annual report. And so I do those things in Des Moines and work with the legislature. But I also think it's important for me as governor and for other state officials to get around and be accessible to people in all parts of the state. And we do have a proud tradition, even at the national level, of that kind of representative government. One of our greatest American presidents, Abraham Lincoln, described it as being a government of the people, by the people, and for the people. And that's what we're really celebrating here. We're celebrating not only the building, but what goes on here, and it is indeed government of the people, by the people, and for the people. And everybody has an opportunity in our great country to have some influence on it. County government is indeed local citizens, people who give of their time and talent, and they're not really what I would call well compensated. They make sometimes a financial sacrifice in order to serve, but they also, I think, get involved because they really care and want to make a difference in improving the lives of the people who live in the county. At the state government level, I think it's important for us to listen to the people at the county level, because they usually hear the complaints from the citizens about the laws that we pass in Des Moines. And they oftentimes have the best knowledge and awareness of how they're actually working and how administratively workable they are. And then, of course, we get a feel at the state level for some of the things they do in Washington, because we have to administer those. But it's important, I think, for us to remember the lessons of history. I had an 8th grade teacher in Forest City named Lyra Seelig. Lyra Seelig taught us the 3 R's of good government. And I'm able to stand before you as governor today because she taught us about rights. We all know about the Bill of Rights and the rights we have as American citizens. She also taught us about respect and responsibility. Respect for the institutions of government that we have. Respect for our parents, for our teachers. Respect for each other. She also taught us responsibility. Responsibility to actively participate in the political process, to get involved, to vote. And I think that I probably never would have gone into a life of public service and run for public office if it hadn't been for outstanding teachers like Lyra Seelig that influenced me and got me interested in government and public service. And I'm very proud to be here today and to have the honor of sharing with you the celebration of the Centennial of your courthouse. And I understand that we have a number of awards to present in recognition for students that have been involved in this process. But I'm really pleased to see an overflow crowd here in the courthouse to share in this celebration. And I'm hopeful that the next 100 years here in this building will be just as successful as the last 100 have been. Thank you very much. I'm going to present the chairman of the Board of Supervisors. Well, let's give to all of you. Let's get all the supervisors up here. Why you too? I want to present the, each year we do a local government week proclamation, and I have designated this week of April 7th through the 13th as Local Government Week in Iowa. This is the official proclamation and the original. Very pleased to present it to you.
With that proclamation, we decided to have our Centennial during this week also, and in conjunction with the proclamation and the Centennial, we had an essay contest and a poster contest for the children of the county, and so now we have those awards to make. So I'll call out the names, I'll give you the certificate and the presenter. So Heather Smith.
How do you want to do? You want to come up on top here? There we go. Heather, congratulations. How old are you and where do you go to school? She's 8 and she goes to Lockridge. Okay. It looks like there might be money in these envelopes. So they get a certificate and also a award. Brad, how old are you and where do you go to school? Another 9-year-old from Lockridge. Congratulations, Brad. Jennifer, congratulations. And how old are you? 9, and you go to where? Hence School. Okay, congratulations.
Davina Bowen has another award too. I think she was high in the county in this particular category.
Okay. Nina, how old are you and where do you go to school?
I'm 11 and I go to Lincoln.
Okay. You got 2 certificates there. Congratulations. Tiffany, congratulations. How old are you and where do you go to school?
I'm 10, I go to Lincoln.
Okay, congratulations, Tiffany.
Gretchen Pickard.
Congratulations. And how old are you and where do you go? Okay, middle school.
Benjamin Pickard.
Benjamin, congratulations. Here's your award. And how old are you and where do you go to school?
I'm 15 years old and I attend Fairfield High School.
Okay.
Heidi Pickard. I believe she got second place.
Heidi, congratulations. How old are you and where do you go to school?
And Justin Stroud.
Dustin, congratulations. How old are you? Go to Penn. Very good.
Now, Don Clark, teacher, and Mrs. Mansky, Beverly Mansky, we have more certificates for your participating students after our ceremony. We really appreciate you coming, and thanks a lot, Governor. And I believe we have, Roy, are you ready to continue?
Governor, we have a gift here for you. You can't really see what it is from your but the committee of the courthouse employees and county people, Liz Zeta and Mark Schaefer and Betty Swingle helped us. We met every week for quite a while. We wanted to give you a present, a award or a gift that was something that you didn't have. And so we thought about it a long time, and I have this postcard of the Capitol that's over 100 years old, and Don Henderson from coast to coast framed it, and this is a gift to you from the citizens of Jefferson County. Thank you very much.
I'll take this home to my wife. Thank you. Thank you very much.
I did mention that Lillian Theta is overall chairman of our festivities. Now I wonder if Lee Goggle and Mark Schaefer, his class, should come forward. Mark and his class made this mock-up of the courthouse, and we're using it as a piggy bank to start a fund for restoration. You know that this is on the National Register, and we have an obligation to keep the courthouse as much in its original form as possible. And we've lost the steeple and quite a bit of the terracotta off the various corners and so forth. So this is the start of the fun. So Lee has been the ramrod on that for some years, and so we have him a captain here today. So Mark, I guess you and Lee can proceed, and the governor has...
I've got a crisp new dollar bill. Roy presented to me we want you to put this in the piggy bank for us to help us raise money for the courthouse. And you know, we're in the process of restoring the state capitol building as well, so we know how important this historic preservation is. We do have a beautiful building, and this is to restore the steeple area. Is that right? You want me to put the first one in there? Okay. Still down. There we go. That's the same picture that's in the downstairs in the courthouse.
I wanted to know if he's going to wear a red tie like on the map.
Well, Lee has one for him too, I
I know we're all proud of this beautiful courthouse. And I hope you all feel, as many of us do, that she'd be the same grand lady she once was if she was wearing a proper bonnet.
If you have time, we have an exhibit on the third floor of various artifacts and so forth.
We'll do it.
Okay. So thanks everybody for coming. Very much.
Thank you.
He was running around down there.
All those things back there in the library.
Yeah, that's don't stay up, do they?
Good afternoon, nice presentation. You've had several dollars come in there.
Good.
Hello.
I only need 75,000 more or something like that.
We were at the lobby. You'll find it when the door. Okay, one where? Here you go. Under this one. Oh, yeah, here it is. Well, you're taking all kinds of pictures.
Yeah.
That's all I learned.
Is that in tonight's paper?
No, that was in that other.
the other day.
Oh, yeah.
Let's start over at the treasurer's office, Mr. Henderson, and he'll talk to you for a while. You go on in.
Are you ready for me again?
Yeah, sure.
All right. Right on in.
We're going to enjoy.
I have a fine group here. Are we all in? Okay. I'm County Treasurer T.L. Henderson, and this is where people come and pay their property tax in the Treasurer's office. That might be interesting for you to know how we determine how much your parents and people have to pay for taxes. Along about March of each year, each taxing district, towns like Lockridge School District, like Fairfield School District, Pekin School and Cardinal School District, and they have to tell us how much money they need, how much money they want us to pay back to them the next year. They send that into the county auditor's office, who is Mrs. Buell next door, and who'll be there in her office next. She adds all these up, and she finds out how much money we need to collect for the following year. Now then, how do you know how much your father and your parents have to pay? The assessor, who is Mrs. Lau, and whose office is downstairs in the assessor's office. They add that up, and if neighbors live, one of them have $2,000 worth of value, and another has $1,000, then the one pays twice as much tax as the other. They get that ready and they bring it into us. We're on our second year now of our computers, which we like very well. You children in the Fairfield School District probably have had computers as long as we've had. Instead of bringing out big heavy books and putting them up and doing all the writing and figuring, instead of recording it ourselves when they pay, we just put it on the computer and it's all done that way. Over behind Mr. Romansky is a safe that Fairfield Legend says that was moved in here 55 years ago from the Tumble Savings Bank. And on the back of the door are clocks we have to set every night, every time we lock. And then no one can get in until the clocks expire. And each night we set it for the next morning, or each Friday night for the following Monday morning. And those click off and we have to wait. We have to set so we know what time we'll open up. Then we also have a walk-in vault, which is over here. And in order for you to get a clear picture of where you are in the courthouse on the first floor, there's two towers. A big tower with a clock, and then this little circular tower. And this is the circular tower on this floor. It's a circular building in there. On this level, the only windows we have are up high, and they have bars over them. We don't anybody be getting into our vault to get things. Our county year starts July 1st. That's probably different from what you and I normally think is January 1st for the calendar year. But on July 1st, we start a new year. Soon thereafter, we send out to the property owners in Jefferson County how much, show them their receipts, how much they have to pay. They can pay twice a year, every 6 months, at the end of September, at the end of March each year, and pay without penalty. A week ago, Sunday was the last day of March, and so that closed up a big period, and we took in about $2.5 million in the last 2 weeks of March. So we are now in the process of balancing that out, getting everything ready, and we in turn have to report and pay by check to each town, each city, each school district, their proportionate share of what we collected for the month of March. We do this every month. The month of March and September are extra big months. So we didn't set the date for the county, local county government week that we're going along with it. And
County Auditor, who's Mrs. Jewell. Okay, now then, we plat and transfer all real estate deeds that come in. Now, around when that deed came through, that is plat and transfer in our vault and all of our books back there. Another thing, do any of you have a dog at your house? Fine, all right. Well, I want to show you, this is the office where you buy your dog license, and this is what it looks like this year. So you have until the 1st of July to buy your dog license without paying a penalty. So you must remind your folks, if you haven't done that yet, you must do that. Another thing that we do in this office, we write all the payrolls for all the county employees, which takes quite a bit of time, and we do that on the computer. And I'll show that to you when we go in the other room. And of course, you know that every organization has bills that have to be paid, and we pay all the county bills. Next thing that we do, we are secretary to the Board of Supervisors, and this consists of writing their minutes, and after they've been approved, then we type them in a permanent supervisor's record book, so they are kept as record for years and years and years. Now then, we set all the levies with the taxes, we figure all the taxes, and then we certify them to the treasurer's office. Now, you were in the treasurer's office, weren't you, first? And that's where we certify them, and then Mr. Henderson's girls and Mr. Henderson collect all the taxes. The next thing we do, whether you realize it or not, but we handle all the elections, the primary, the general, the school, the city, and all the special elections. That's handled out of this office. Another thing that we do is prepare the county budget, and then also after that is done, then we are the clearinghouse for all the other budgets. So those are a few of the things. We have other things that we do, but we thought those would be the things you'd be interested in. Now, would you like to go in our vault and see our big vault where we store all of our stuff?
Never shut the door, we'll not let you out again.
And go clear on back, you can see all those files that we have, and then turn around and come on back.
Big maps on the wall, this is a really old map. Shows the city.
Fine, those are all records that we use. We can't throw any of them away. And now then I'm going to take you to the computer room. But I just wanted you to see all the records that we have. One of the boys asked me a while ago, how do you get up to the top up there? Well, we have a big ladder that we get up there. I'll wait till more come in. You want to come in and we'll show you our computer room. We still got some in the vault, so we'll wait and take all of them. For you, this is Donna and this is Pat. And I'll explain what they do when we get the rest of them. Come on in. We'll have to scoot up a little bit and walk over there a little bit.
Yeah?
Now then, you remember I told you that we are the paymaster. We write all the payroll checks for the county employees. And I also told you that all organizations have bills and they have to be paid. Now this is Donna right here who does all the work on the computer for paying the payroll taxes. And also for Pat over here is the one that takes care of filing the claims, but Donna pays them on the computer. And we have a lot of work to do, and we have a new
officials, and each county official on this board, they turn in a report to us every month as to the business they've done, money they've spent, money they've taken in, and so forth. We authorize loans to the state pool funds. We establish and vacate highways, and this is our county highway map here. With the Fairfield here in the center, and Lock Ridge way over toward the edge, Avia over toward the other edge of the county. And this is all these lines, of course, are roads in the county. And we sometimes vacate a road if it's a little travel road and don't go anywhere we might vacate it. If it's got a lot of travel on it, maybe we'll improve it into a paved road. And so that's our duty to kind of pick out the ones to work on.
We have between 700 and 800 miles of county road.
Yeah, I think we got about 800 miles total. And of course, we have to kind of look after all the bridges and culverts and so forth too to see that they get proper maintenance and rebuilt when the time comes. We allow claims against the county. And claims means people who do work for the county, like maybe work on the courthouse here or work for the county engineer, they turn in bills to us, and we allow those claims, those bills. That's what we call claims. And then the good one that everybody likes, we levy the taxes for operation of the county. And that's a sore subject with a lot of people, but that's part of county government. And we fill vacancies in county offices except members of our own body here, and that means if the treasurer, the auditor, or some of those maybe become deceased or leave the county for some reason or other. And
Yesterday, a man came to pay his taxes, and the room was all full of kids, and he just went, and left. We assume he came back again.
This is Tommy, too.
Voice.
in your
Do you have
file?
voice on 19?
19.
This is your little grandson? Is everybody in?
Come on in, so you can hear.
I'm Donna Clark, County Reporter, and we're happy to have you visit with us today. This is Emily Packney, and this is Sandy Hoskins that work in this office. And this year, we're real pleased to have you visit. We're celebrating two important occasions, County Government Week, which is a National County Government Week, and also County Government Week, which is a state government week that Governor Branstad has proclaimed. And we have probably, you saw in the supervisor's office, you might have seen the declaration that was sent in by the governor. We have tried to keep our courthouse, since it's celebrating its 100th year, we're trying to keep it as authentic as we can because we're very proud of the building. When you came in, if you noticed, a lot of the woodwork is original. The sink behind you is an original, it's a granite sink, and back when they built this building, there were sinks in every office. However, some of the offices had them removed. And it looks old, but it is old. So we have tried to keep it so that it looks like it did 100 years ago. I'm going to take you back into our vault, and as you go back, I want you to notice as you walk through the door what thick the walls are in there. And that's a fireproof vault. So if you want to just go on back. No? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, some of you have and some of you haven't. Okay. I'll kind of get over here. Our records are quite old. We go back to 1839. Now this was before Iowa was even a state. I have records that are that old. And we do not get rid of any of the records. We have to keep them forever because this becomes a part of when a person in the county buys real estate or sells real estate. It becomes a permanent part of the record of that transaction. So all these records in here have to stay in a permanent manner forever. I do have everything microfilmed. I'm in the process of, I'll be having them come in. I just have them come in about every 5 years and catch up on microfilming. That's in case there should ever be any of them destroyed by fire or water or anything. So we do have to maintain those, and that's part of one of the things that I have to do. I got this book is a very interesting one, and it is quite old and quite fragile. But I wanted to show it to you because I wanted you to look at the handwriting. And it is kind of in bad condition. We don't use it. It has been reproduced. But this shows every parcel or every section or every tract of land in Jefferson County. And this was when the United States government sold all of the land in the county and in the state of Iowa. And so we call this a patent. And this was a patent that the United States government gave to the person that purchased it. So we have got a record of who owned all of the real estate in Jefferson County. There was a land office in Burlington that sold some of our land, and then the land office was here for about 12 years, and then it moved on to Sheraton. But we do have that record. Then also, I drug out a book. This is in 1877. I wanted to show you the writing. It's a little different than we write today, but it is quite pretty. And as we, go through all the records, a lot of these have been reproduced. Some of them didn't last. Now, this particular book is an original one, and apparently some of the grades of paper that were used were a better grade, or else possibly the record wasn't used as much. So a lot of these in here are the original ones. Today, of course, we're on microfilm and we're on computerization, so times have changed considerably. We have also, I wanted to show you this. I thought this might be of interest. This is an original survey of the town of Fairfield. This goes back to 1839 also. That's when the city of Fairfield was first originated. And as you notice, the streets have different names, like there's a Sears Street, a Smith Street, and here's the public square. They had 25 blocks that went around it. Today, the block sizes are still the same. They're 66 by 132 feet. The names of the streets have changed. And then as Fairfield grew, then they put another addition around it. And as that one would fill up, then they would just keep, the town kept growing. Today we have several hundred additions in the city of Fairfield. And we have record of all of those here in the recorder's office. We also take care of all of the deeds. I do have a deed. Now, I don't have, when you go upstairs, you'll see an old deed. When you go up on third floor, there is a deed back in 1891, and that's when this building was built. This one is a new deed. This is what they look like today. Whenever someone sells real estate or buys real estate, you get a deed to the property. It has a legal description on it. We don't go by addresses in here. We go by what we call a legal description. Like this one, this main part of Fairfield was called Old Platte. Also, I thought I would show you this seal. This is something that all the offices in the courthouse have. Each officer has one. And we use these. We have to put them on whenever we make certified copies of documents. And this particular one has says Jefferson County Recorder, State of Iowa. The one that was the original one was the back side of a dime, and I don't know whether the supervisor's office, whether they still use that particular one or not. We'll have to ask the supervisors. But that's what that I use in this office. We take care of boats and snowmobiles and all the hunting and fishing licenses. I take care of the ones like out at Walmart and at Pomida and at Coast to Coast, and so that's kind of a nice break from taking care of real estate all the time. We have military discharges, articles of incorporation, mortgages, anything that might affect any type of transaction when people are purchasing or selling real estate. Does anyone have any questions? Yes.
What are the, you were talking about, it started to say that you keep records on it. It's,
a mortgage?
microfilm?
Microfilm?
What is it?
Okay, that is a film, just like a picture of a document. Now, I don't keep it here. I store it in a vault so that it is preserved in case something, should ever happen to the records.
They have a microfilm machine. Well, they have a machine that shows it after it's been put on the microfilm at the library, public library.
Mm-hmm. And I have a screen that I can look at it, but I don't keep the records here. A lot of the attorneys and the abstractors still like to look at the record instead of looking at it on microfilm, so Trying to go in this thing, back in 1904 through 1910, the state didn't issue a metal plate. They issued that little round silver medallion, and on it is a number, and it was up to the individual to make his own license plate. And it wasn't until 1911 that the state issued license plates. Of course, those first years, they only cost $1, and then they raised the fee to $5. And then eventually they got around to put it at county level. Here at our office, we issue about 18,000 registrations plates a year. And over on this wall, we have a display of all the plates that we issue. There's 13 different kinds we issue here at local level. And then there are 9 special kind of plates that you can order. And up on the left, there's a light blue one that has a wheelchair. That's a handicap plate. Grandpa has one of those. He doesn't have the plate, but he has a sticker. If you happen to have a difficulty in walking or heart condition or maybe temporary, maybe permanent, you can have a handicap plate so you can use a handicap parking spots. Then the bright blue one is a personalized plate. Someone has requested those special reading on his plate, and that's $25 in addition to the fee. The next 3 are university plates at all the 3 colleges and universities in Iowa. You can be a Hawkeye fan, and you definitely would want the Hawkeye plate. There are 4 other kinds. We have a Purple Heart plate, we have a National Congressional Medal plate, we have a Pearl Harbor plate, and an amateur radio plate. There's 3 of us to do the duties in this office. There's Chris Sturz and Lynn Wright. And we collect the use tax here in this office for all vehicles that are used on the public road. We call it use tax because the funds all go to the improving of the roads. We have a goal. We take all our money in the evening and
Report, small claims, and that's what all these file cabinets have in them are court papers. We write down the name of all of the papers in big books like this. We don't have any computers yet, we're going to hide. One of the other things that we do is keep track of births and deaths and marriages in the county. And if any of you were born in Jefferson County, I probably have a record of your birth certificate in here. Now look one up. Anybody born in Fairfield? Okay, what's your name? Sarah. I'm sorry? Sarah. Okay, Sarah, when were you born? What day? Okay. We'll see if we find Sarah in this one. Sarah Kimberly. Okay. We keep all of them. Oh, there she is. The big books like this. And these each have 7 or 8 people on them. And Sarah is right there. It says that she was born on October 1st, 1979 at 1:25 p.m. in the afternoon. That's a nice time of the day to be born. You didn't keep your mom up all night. So, and I have a record like this for each of you. Our records go back as far as 1880. So we probably, if your parents and your grandparents were born here, we probably have records for them too. I'm not elected official like all of the other officers that you've met today. I'm appointed by the judges who work in Jefferson County. We have circuit judges, just like they did in the old days, that they used to get on their horses and ride from county to county. We still do that, except they ride. Most of them. And I work for them, and they have the power to fire me if I don't do a good job. Another part of my office is upstairs where you're going to be going after you look at the courtroom, and that's the magistrate division. We have 2 magistrate judges who take care of Jefferson County, and they handle traffic violations and things that are not real serious.
Intoxication. Anything that starts or ends up in district court starts here. If it's serious enough that it can't stay in this court, if it's too serious, then they transfer it to district court, which I think we're already in the big courtroom. Okay. In here, if it's what we call a stable violation, like speeding, seatbelt violation, no driver's license, things like that, all they do is come in and pay a fine and cost.
Sherry, we're going to be out of time right quick.
All right. Let's listen up. We're evidently running a little bit behind schedule. What we do in this office is that we measure your houses. We go out and we measure each house. We talk to your moms and dads, the We also have a property card. We take care of about 20,000 pieces of ground in this office. We know all the farmland and all your houses. We also take pictures of your houses. This is a picture of Mrs. Woody's home. Okay, we have a picture, and we have a picture of each one of your homes. Okay, now, the drawing that I was talking about is right here. So we walk around and we take a tape measure and we measure each house, so we know how big it is, how many square feet are in it. All right, now, which school do you go to? Okay, let's see, I think, okay, here's a map of some of the areas, and I'll show you just what Fairfield City looks like since we're in a real hurry here now. Okay, okay, this is Burlington Street, and I'm going to show you out towards Best Western Hotel. Now, I'll show this end of the counter and then the next end. This is the Best Western, this is the parking lot. Okay? This is the high school. This is High D. Oh, the high school is clear down the other way. This is High D. This is Best Western. Okay. Now
What am I? I don't want to.
Get overrun?
Well, no, he's heading back home buying one, so.
Dude, copy of a map. Jefferson County, 1871. Now that's older than the courthouse.
Can I buy one?
No, 1891 it started. This is the map from 1871, and if you notice, there's a railroad going from north to south, there's a railroad going east to west. We have a town between Fairfield, which was here, and Pleasant Plain called Harvey's Mill. Does anybody know where Harvey's Mill is today? That's exactly right. What happened was we had towns that were formed along the railroad where people would stop to get water or food, and they'd see that they had a hardware store, maybe a school and a church, and they'd decide to stay and live. But now those towns are gone, and because of lack of roads and lack of services, they've moved more towards Fairfield. We still have a lot of and we still have Pleasant Plain. And Harvey's Mill is gone, Old Port is gone, Glendale is gone, but those were little communities that were settled by the pioneers. And in 1871, they were there. Okay, now I'll show you a map here. This is a map, a picture, an aerial coverage of what was actually on the ground. That's how we do it. We have a picture where we had jump cars, trees, and things. When you took the picture, we have the colors. Yeah, well, we have to do that. Here, this is just the party ground. This is where they take you out, eventually you go out north and then we're back. This is the railroad going down. Now, this is the abandoned railroad driveway. This is the Chicago Rush Road. And then the trains went between Washington. Okay? I think that's about all the time we better take. We'll get you your refreshments.
Yeah.
You're so dumb.
County elected position, county judges in Texas, county legislators in New York, and council members in Hawaii and Maryland. Services provided by county governments reach far beyond typical municipal services. No other type of jurisdiction affects our day-to-day lives in so many ways. Each year, counties spend more than $100 billion. Some counties have been authorized by their states to use other taxing methods. Many counties in the western United States depend on the federal government for money received from timber and minerals, plus grassland contracts with private business. Today, the county story is one of perseverance and innovation as county officials on the front line of service delivery are forced to cope with increasing mandates and declining funds. But to understand the issues, observe specific examples. For the next few minutes, we will look at how some counties are meeting the challenge of change, including academic welfare programs.
What you're hearing behind these boys is the future of the welfare system. We have been satisfied for years, county governments, to take the people that need our, it's the way of the future.
County government, in fact, every government, takes on those responsibilities that are absolutely necessary but can't make money. Mass transportation in this valley carries 150,000 people a day to and from work. If those people were on the road, our industry, our economy would shut down. We'd have to as a consequence, it's not our choice as to whether or not to run mass transportation. We must run it to survive economic and environmental.
Transportation makers and will culturally.
Now this old drag over here, this is an old road drag. And when I used to come home from school at night in the spring of the year, I used to pick up a team of horses, and I used to drag the road from one I lived in Pleasant Plain. They lived on 2 miles from Pleasant Plain. And we dug the road in the spring of the year with the drag line. And that's before we had the insurance. We maintained it. We used to drag the road for this kind of thing. This we had at home. This belonged to me. And used to belong to my dad. And then it always goes a lot of places. So I gave this back to the county. It didn't really ever belong to us. We used to drag the road from my place. We had 2 miles of road. And this is just our place. And so I gave it back to the county. So the county comes to it. I wouldn't belong to the county. This is no longer able to get to the town. And that's what it says on there. Anybody have any more questions?
County Treasurer's Office. And this is where we collect tax for the county, the school, and for the city. Now, at this moment, I'll take questions a little later. Along about March of each year, the schools try to find out how much money they'll need for the next 12 months. Teacher salaries, cleaning supplies, repairs buildings, and anything they need to do for school. You see most of those in action. Likewise, the towns and the city of Fairfield need to know how much they're going to be needing for salaries for their employees and whatever work they do. The county and the county sheriff, road construction people, and the grading, clearing snow off in the wintertime, and they need money. So we get all this together and they send what we call budgets, the amount of money they need for next year and how they expect to spend it. They send it in to the county auditor, who's Mrs. Jules, and her office is right next door, and that's the next office will be too. She adds all that up. The other thing that's missing from our formula is how much do you have to pay for tax, how much do your folks have to pay. So throughout the county, the assessor goes around and every property, every field, every house, every barn in the county, the city, and every place has assessed value. Then we compare and we say we need so many dollars, so everybody pays their proportionate share. If you have twice as much assessed value as someone else, you'll be paid twice as much tax. So we figure this up, and they bring it in here to the treasurer's office. We put it on our computers. This is the second year that we've had computers. We used to have heavy books, we always had to lift, I don't remember seeing those. We had to do a lot of writing, put it all in the book ourselves. Now the computers do all that for us. When people pay, we put it on the computer and it records it and it's paid.
Here, so that they can talk to you. I should have went to the restroom.
Hi, everybody. How are you?
Good afternoon, kids. How are you all today? You're walking about the courthouse? No. This is the auditor's office, and in here we do a various bunch of different things here. First of all, we do handle all the platting and transferring of all the real estate. We take care of all the elections, which is we handle the primary, general, city, school, and special elections that come along. We sell dog tags. If any of you parents and kids have doggies? You used to? Okay, well in here is where you come to buy your dog license. We also handle all the payroll for the county. We pay all the county bills after the board of supervisor approves them. We're secretary to the board. We do all the minutes and send it into the paper along with the list of bills for each clerk, as all the payroll. It's listed in there. And there's the legal section. I don't know if any people read the newspapers and do the legal section? Yep. You do? Mm-hmm. Well, that's great. So maybe you can see us in there sometime, that all the business that goes on in the county is listed under there. We also prepare all the budgets. We have the clearinghouse for all the county budgets. And we figure all the taxes and set the levies. Okay, have any questions? And then when you come back, we're going to go in here to the computer room. Okay, go on in here.
Bill Gravers address. I have a stand-up to run. It's 2228 PLAE and View Drive, Iowa City.
Thank you. Thank you.
And that's a historical, right? That's a historical.
That's part of all. Thank you.
Sure, you're welcome. Okay, so you blackmail. He's blackmailing anyway. You have any money?
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go Oh, you're so loud.
We're getting all mixed up here with Jerry, but Okay, who wants to tell me what school you're from? Okay, well, you're from Vance. I bet your teacher's Mrs. Henderson, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, this is the Board of Supervisors office. And normally there's 3 of us in here. Today there's only 2 because one's not feeling well anyway at home. But recuperate a little. But I'm Dick Simmons. And behind here with the camera is Roy Lemansky. All 3 of us are normally here, but and we're elected to 4-year terms in here, and they're staggered terms. When my term comes up, I run alone, and the other 2 run together. That way, they're staggered on 2 years. Nobody, or we can't have a whole new board at one time that way. The Board of Supervisors is the legislative body of the county. And some of our duties are to approve the bonds of the county officials. And anybody know what a bond is?
Oh, is it like a savings bond?
No, it's not that kind really. It's these people in the courthouse are bonded in case they abscond with money or something, while the bonding company kind of pays off what they abscond with. So, okay, we approve reports of county officials, and that comes in about every month. Why each one of the offices give us a report on their business for the month and how much money they've taken in or spent and so forth. And we authorize loans of the state school funds, and we establish and vacate public highways. And sometimes we maybe have a highway that's not too important anymore, and we might close it, or we might have a highway that needs improving, so we improve it up and maybe put paving on it, maybe just gravel it. So we allow claims against the county, and that means all bills against the county. People that do work for the county and bill us for it, and we allow the claims and pay and allow them to be paid. We are authorized to fill the vacancies in the other county offices. If anybody passes away or moves away or something and leaves a vacancy, we as a board here appoint a new person to fill in for the rest of the term.
We're going upstairs to the courtroom, and as you go up the stairs, look at the posters that were made by the boys and girls. Some of them are from Kent, so we'll just go kind of slowly so you can take a peek at the posters. See, a lot of them have school on. And notice these chairs are slate. Slate blackboard, but did you ever walk on the stairs? No. These are for both sides will be sitting right here. And the judge sits up here. Now, we've taken the chair down, but normally there would be a nice judge's chair up there. There are a couple of rooms back here that we're going to take a peek at. Just walk through where the attorneys sit and do their work. And then there's a great big library back here. Got more books in it than you'd ever think. And we're going to take just a walk through it. Are you ready to go for a walk? This is Mr. Bachner. He'll tell us what happens in this room. Well, we're on 3rd. And then here you go on up another one.
Here's something that they sold in stores years ago that you could take as a gift to somebody. These plates were sold in the store here in Fairfield. And this little plate was sold in the store too. And a nice tray. And here's a couple of real good pictures, I think.
Keep the pictures
the courthouse. There's also, this is also the chimney. A couple of men up there. I think you'd have to be pretty brave. That picture must be about 100 years old when this was built. And this is what this picture here of the state capitol is what they're going to give the governor this afternoon. This is a surveyor chain. A half a chain. It's 33 feet long. Full chain is 66 feet, and most roads out in the country were one chain wide. They were 66 feet wide. Most lots in town were 66 feet wide.
The rest of them are coming in the elevator. So neat. Okay. Follow him. Right in there.
For air, we want to know if you have a garbage disposal or a dishwasher. We want to know if you have a built-in stove or an oven or an automatic garage door opener. Those are some of the questions we ask your mom and dad. We have approximately 20,000 parcels in Jefferson County that we're responsible for, and that's farmland and the houses in town. All right. Then we have these maps, and for those of you out this end of the counter, we'll show you in just a moment. Now this is an aerial view, and this was taken from a plane. They took a big picture, and then they drew on the picture. And this is Penn, and you'll see cars parked along out in front of the school, teachers and the administrators. Okay. Now for those of you down here at the end, this is the Penn school ground. This is Fillmore Street. Here's the buildings. This is the playground, and this is the playground where you folks play. And this is the basketball court. Sure, you play on the basketball court. Yeah. And over here, right, this is the grass area. And these are all streets and houses and lots. And we can tell by the different lot sizes and the rooftops where the garages are located on the lots. Okay, now if you'd like to come with me, we'll go into the back office just a minute. Please don't touch anything on the desk.
Let's go to there, and then we'll sign when we come out. Computers.
Okay, if your mom or dad is unhappy with the assessed value that they have, then you can file a protest.
Get your refreshments. Oh, with the state line here. That's good. Very good. Then you can sit down. Okay, I'll make sure it's good. Back down there. Maybe somebody will wander after. I don't know.
I just like those raisin cookies with your
had you do the posters, and so we're going to show you the posters. And this is our county government week, and we're real happy that you got to come up and visit. And this is the office that we work in. If you look around, you see we have computers, and you have a computer in your classroom. So we're just modern like you are at school. So we have the computer, and of course, we have microfilmed documents that we take care of. We take care of land transactions. I want to show you just real briefly, because we've got a lot of places to go. I'll show you some of my real old records.
They saw these in the newspaper and they wanted to know what those books were.
Okay, these books that you saw in the newspaper, I'll show you some of. These are people's military discharges in this book. Do you know anybody that was in the military service? That's what these are. Then the big books that you saw in the paper also had documents like deeds whenever you have a property. And this is an old one that shows some of the old handwriting. See that?
Are those kind of pens that you have to dip in the ink?
Yes, they were back in those days. Those were the pens that you dipped in the ink. And then this is an old survey. This is Fairfield, when the city of Fairfield was first originated. And it has, shows the public square, and you can see it wasn't very big, but now we have hundreds of additions in Fairfield. And here's our courthouse, fits up in this area. But Fairfield was just real small 150 years ago. In fact, it was not hardly existing. I thought that I would just go briefly with you through the different offices and show you. We've had Mrs. Foster, who's been our tour guide, but we had wanted to take you up because I promised you that I was going to take you up to the courtroom, didn't I? So we're going to go up to the courtroom, and I'm going to take your picture, and I think Mr. Myers will be taking your picture up there also. But luckily, the judge, they decided, since we were observing our anniversary, that they would let us have the courtroom. So you're going to be back in the courtroom this afternoon when Governor Branstad's here. Now, Governor Branstad, have any of you ever met him before? No. Okay. But do you know who Governor Branstad is? No. Governor. He's our state governor, isn't he? And he's going to be presenting some awards to some of you boys and girls this afternoon. Justin, you're Justin, so he's going to be giving you an award. And so whenever you come back up here, we'll have to be real quiet when the governor is here, because he's a very busy person, and he will just be here for about a half hour. So we're going to take you on the tour, and then we're going to bring you back up here for the ceremony. So if you would like to, just all of you get up there, and I'd like to have the teachers get up there too. Yes, I can't see. You go up behind. You're tall. You stand here. You've got to get a team.
Brandon, you're tall. Why don't you let Tina go home? No, go home.
Justin can't be seen.
You sit there and stand where Brandon is.
Jeremy, can you
Please through there.
Can you see everybody?
No, there's a little girl right here behind you, Dawn, that I can't see.
In front of me? Okay, Nathan, why don't you bend down on top of the...
Or have, right, okay, now we still can't see her. You scoot over. What is your name?
In front of me.
There, right there.
Now the little boy in front. There we go.
There, I think we can see everybody. Okay, everybody look.
Put your arms down.
Just make sure.
Okay.
We have to hold still for one and we're supposed to move in the other.
No, the other one's just going. That's too much.
You got it.
Yep.
Okay, thank you.
This has been pretty clean.
Why don't you come around the side a little so everyone can get in? There you go.
Hello, Mrs. Lomansky, how are you?
Fine, thank you. Beautiful day, isn't it?
First of all, we'd like to welcome you to the courthouse. We're glad that you could come to help us celebrate the 100th birthday of our courthouse. And she told you I am Evelyn Clingan. This is Bonnie Castle, Roberta Jules, the auditor, and Marge Alner works with us too. And there's a couple girls in back that tell you later who they are. And we just hope you can see a lot of things and learn a lot of things that you don't already know about.
Come on in here. All of you can get in there somewhere.
I think that's full. Somebody go up in there.
Yeah, somebody will come back up in here.
They all
Jay, is everybody in here?
No, they're some stragglers. They're looking at the computers. We haven't got as good as
We have them all in there now?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay, I'm glad to have you come today. And so we always ask what school you're from.
Lincoln.
What's your teacher's name?
This is Nancy.
Okay. My name is Roy Lomansky, and I'm Vice Chairman of the Board, and the Chairman of the Board, Dick Simmons, is at a meeting right at this time, and Keith Jacob, the other member of the board, is also at a meeting. So they're going to be here at 2 o'clock when the governor comes here, so you'll be able to see them then. Now the three of us are the legislative body for the county. We're the legislative body for the county, and we have several duties. There's a list of them right there on the bulletin board here. There's three of us on the board, and our terms of office is 4 years, and the terms are staggered. 1 year, 2 of us run for office, and then 2 years later, 1 year. So that we don't all have new supervisors at the same time. So we had somebody on us has some experience. And we approved the bonds for the county officials, and we approved reports for the county officials also. Once a month, each one of the groups in the courthouse we have to approve their reports. Also, we once a month on the first Monday of the month, we approve the claims for the county, and the auditor's office pays the bills. So during the month when we get claims in from different things, the money that's spent for the county, all the business of the county, where they buy things or spend money, when people submit the bids, or the different companies submit bids, we approve them once a month on the first Monday. And also, we canvass all the elections in the county. We canvass the school elections to see whether or not that the tally is right on the election. And also the city elections, we have to canvass the city elections also, along with the elections of the county. We have the responsibility to see that the roads are taken care of in the county. We have right there, that map there with the red lines on it. There's 8 districts here in the county, and we have 8 large maintainers like this big new one out here in the yard. We have 8 of them, one for each one of that, one for each section. So those maintainers then keep the roads in that area, the gravel roads and the dirt roads maintained to keep it smooth and keep the snow off them in the wintertime. Also, if there's any vacancies in any of the offices, any of the county offices that have they're elected to a term of office. If for some reason they they move away or for some other reason why they can't continue, get sick or die or something, and can't continue in office, then we reappoint somebody to take their place until the next election. In this office, if something would happen to one of us, well, then the recorder, the treasurer, and the auditor form a committee, and they would replace us. A few years ago, one of the supervisors died in a car wreck, and so the auditor, the treasurer, and the recorder appointed Pete Pierce to serve out that 2 years term until the next election. My card? Yeah. Now this is Keith Schaefer. He's a member of the board of supervisors. He just got back from the meeting. Now this is the map for Jefferson County. Here, and this is Fairfield right here, and Lincoln's right up in this corner up in here, over there. So some of you, I think, are up and around the Pleasant Plain area. How many is from the Pleasant Plain area? We have quite a few from there. How many is from Lockridge area? No, we have a school down in Lockridge, so they go to Lockridge school. Okay, right down in that corner, right behind you, that little map there on that bulletin board there, that's a map, and it shows there's writing around the outside. And that shows the different projects that we have scheduled to do this year. And that's would be some road grading and some resurfacing of roads and some new bridges and that kind of work.
We have about 800 miles of road.
Yeah, about 800 miles of road. So if you were to start out and drive every road in the county, it'd be like driving from here to Denver, Colorado. That's how long you have to drive every road in the county. That road, that map right there, that kind of the yellow one, right there on the bottom of the bulletin board, is a map that shows the road count. That if you look there real close, each road has a number, and that shows how many cars drive on those roads in a day's time. And that map is about 10 years old, and we're supposed to get a new one here within the next month or two. Anything else, Keith?
No, just a map up in the corner shows the areas where our road graders and maintainers operate. We have 8 road maintainers like the yellow one out there that clear snow and smooths up the gravel.
My dad runs a maintainer.
He does. What's his name?
Dwight.
Okay. Oh, sure.
Hold on, and your dad does too. I think we're going to set it.
Oh, we have 2 maintainer drivers' dads here doing it?
Yeah.
This is.
Oh, okay. Okay. And does anybody know who that picture is up there in the right-hand corner? You know? Does anybody know who that picture is in the corner? Okay, Governor Branstad and his family. What, did you have a question?
This is a beautiful building.
Now we'll go into the county auditor's office. So we just want to follow
Yeah, I'll get up there.
Okay.
I better get Mom in here too.
Oh, well, she can
Grandpa.
Grandpa, look this way, Grandpa.
Okay, now we'll come down here.
Yeah, now you're coming down. Oh, Grandpa, you make me cry.
There, that's better.
I'm terrible trying to keep out usually it's one. Every time I go to a door, he's there.
Yes, sir. He was bringing his own basket and he fell. He hit the railing.
The business that they have to do in the courthouse did not stop this week. They still have to take care of all the things we have to do. Put it all in the courthouse building. Put it a nice time in the old town. Cases here would be the same, only they'd be more serious cases. See, like he told you, he takes care of the lesser, in case you would be fined for speeding, there's where you would go and you would go to the lady first to pay your, that's where I would find my $2.30 at a time, and I didn't know I was speeding, but I had to go in and pay my fine. So, he wanted to know where he came up, if he was coming from the clerk's, I don't know, it's one of the back rooms, I think you can take that back stairway. Wouldn't you think so?
Remember, she said that they came up that secret stairway so that you didn't have to go through the courtroom. So if they came through that door, they would have to come through the courtroom. Okay.
So imagine there's a stairway back there. So we might just go on the back and see what those rooms are. Maybe we'll find the stairway.
I'd like to point something out. We talked this morning about having a judge and a jury and 12 jury members. Here's where they sit. I think just look.
Yes, that's
something as an adult you may sit in a jury. Next to the audience, we have where the lawyers sit. Jefferson, let's not go in that area. That's kind of, I would consider that.
Yeah, so we can go back here. Let's do it back here. And we might see that back stairway.
Well, my parents' old house had bats in the attic.
Sure.
And they'd fly out of the house at night, and they got it when they first got there. It was so funny because they didn't know what they were.
They didn't know what they were. I sat out at the Little League diamond at night and watched ball games, and I watched the bats swoop down and pick up the bugs and things. So they're everywhere.
High school, Jimmy.
They try and get more of them. You need some?
My friend, in his garage, there's this place in his garage that he climbed up there, and there's these bats who lived up there, and he didn't know it, and he got bit by them.
Oh, that's a little unpredictable. Yeah, I would like to, if I'm going to be around them real close, I'd like to have a pair of gloves on, because they might be just as frightened of me as I am of them when we get up real close.
For your name, and it's going to go in permanent records. So put your first and last name, use your very best handwriting. If you would like to do it in cursive, I think that'd be real nice. I think most of you are doing pretty well with your cursive now.
Good.
Mrs. Blau, will you tell them, someone asked how many floors there are in the courthouse, and I kind of got there's a basement, and then how do you list them?
Basement, and then main floor, well, on the elevator it says lobby, which is the south entrance. And then there's the first floor when you went around to all the offices. Second floor is the courtroom. Third floor is where the displays are. And then there's an attic above that. Where you go up to the tower and you go to the clock and those kinds of things. And there is an actual, there is an actual attic there. Their staff, it's schools, water towers, firehouses. We know where all of those buildings are located. Now, the assessor is appointed to the job. Unlike the people upstairs that you have met with the treasurer and the recorder and the auditor, they're elected to their jobs, but the assessor is appointed for a 6-year term. And when I told you that we're responsible for 20,000 parcels, we have a card on each parcel of land. And on that card, we have a picture. And we have a picture of everyone's house. Does anyone recognize this house?
Oh no, I thought it was Matt. Matt, is that your house?
No.
Yes. Yes, it is. Yeah, this is his house. And he lives on Liberty Drive. And we have a picture of your home, too, on your property cards.
Okay, I'll take the third coming in here. Supervisor.
Just a minute, third, wait for the fourth.
Third rider, three.
Here, third.
1, 2, 3. You're all third graders, guaranteed.
The courthouse is celebrating its 100-year-old birthday. So we're going to start places where the names of other doors on it. We're going to start accepting treasurer's office. We're going to move in kind of several rows. We'll be here with instruments. Okay? So we'll go right on in here.
Oh, there you go.
Everybody on this floor.
Yeah, go right on in. Just say it, another one of the kids got out of line.
Okay, well, this is the auto license. We're going to add this to the license plate for the car. So you want to move on in here, or you can get it around. There's quite a nice display of old license plates.
But and the other people in the county, I also want to acknowledge Mr. Kelly, who ran for Attorney General, being the county attorney here, and all of you. This is a great turnout for this occasion, and it is a beautiful day. You know, you think about it, in the state of Iowa, and I've heard any of you ever hear of Van Connie on WHO radio? The other morning, somebody,
You know, we have quite a few plants around in offices, like when people get gifts for the birthday party, because they've gotten gifts here, so people can be real nice. That's come from out of the state bank. I don't remember who those come from, but you'll see them in the building. Now, I don't know where your poster is. It's over there, the letters are all over there. So as you walk today, we're going to start with hear you say magistrate.
Magistrate.
Good. And then we'll just walk past the courtroom. So we can see what's going on. We even have to walk up the stairs quietly.
Everybody in? Welcome to our birthday party. Have you ever been to a 100-year birthday party before? No. I never really. Until this week. But as you all know, in 100 years, we've had this courthouse. It's also national recognition of county government. So we decided to combine it. So I'm Pete Schaefer, I'm the county supervisor. We'll be talking about our job a little later. So I think first we'll go over to the treasurer's office where T.L. Henderson will give us his instructions.
What's going on, David?
Get it down in between, get the shovel.
I thought the rules said they don't need a crane. That's what I was told. For Jackie Parker, Jackie knows.
Colleen, come here a second. Thanks, kids.
She saw me just coming around. That's good.
Okay, now.
She just pulled out.
Did I understand right?
What is Will? You know, I think to know you.
Well, yeah, I think I'm going to win a cup. I'm crazy.
Mr. Carter, yeah, but I was just going to write it. But I wish you would have.
I think it's shown it.
So.
All right. Hey. Thank you, Danny.
And I was going to just come with her.
One of the stories you can tell that baby. We'll even have it on film. Yeah, because he's scared. Yeah, on a nice day it would have been terrific. That'd be all right.
This is